Hello, hello, hello. How is
Okay,
everybody doing?
I'm back. I'm on. Okay, we back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
We are back, y'all. I'm gonna try to wait for some people to get in the chat room, and I'm kind of multitasking right now. But we just want to tell everybody come on in the chat room, say a quick hello to us. We gonna give you a quick shout out. I see my girl Vegas girl in the chat room. Hey, Vegas girl, how you doing? Hear my Wendy Williams voice. Hey, Nicole, how are you? We are so excited to be back. Excuse me, you guys, if I have to mute up. I'm multitasking. I got some things going on at the house. I got some people repairing some stuff at the house. So I might have to mute up in between our topic of discussion. But I wanted to do a quick welcome to everybody. I know we've been away for a while, and we are so excited to get back to you guys and get this show back on the road. Excuse us for our late start. As I told y'all, I've been in the middle of some stuff. So, but we here. Okay, we are here. Your girl is back. Okay, so we should be multi-streaming from YouTube as well as Facebook. So if you guys can see us over there in Facebook land, say what's up, give us a quick little shout out. We are here with some more juicy topics. And we'll be streaming until a little after 3 p.m. to kind of give you guys that's still that 2 hour that we've been giving you guys. But anyway, thank you guys for coming and joining us. I just want to kind of brief you guys on why we have been gone for a minute. We decided to take a little break. I had a birthday and I was going on vacation with my family. And so we decided to take a 2 week break. And then Lanice had some things going on. So when we got back, we had to allow her to take some time off with her family, which we'll kind of discuss a little bit for you guys. But we wanted to make sure you guys understood that, we had to take like this 4 or 5 week break. And it's not that we wanted to, okay, but it was something that needed to be done. And we really, really miss you guys. And we've really been plotting on coming back and how we were going to come back and what we're going to, because it was so much that we missed. So much stuff been going on, so much stuff that we missed. So hopefully in this show today, we can kind of catch up with all the gossip, with all the rumors, with everything. So this show today is basically us just catching up on everything, okay? So some of the topics might be old to y'all, but y'all ain't here, the ladies of the round table, the queens round table. Y'all haven't heard our perspective or our opinion on these topics, okay? So so I know that some of this stuff might be old news, but we're gonna kind of touch on it and talk about it just to kind of, give you guys our perspective on what's been going on and the things that we missed out on. Okay, I hope y'all okay with that. Hey, amazing 80.
Absolutely. So, Malika, you just celebrated a birthday, and we from the Queen's Roundtable want to say happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And how was that? How was your birthday?
Well, Lanice, I turned 40, the big 40. And so I wanted to go back and I wanted to celebrate in Michigan, in my hometown. You guys, most of y'all know I'm from Detroit, Michigan. But I live here in Texas. But I wanted to go back and celebrate with my friends, with my family in Detroit. So it was really nice. It was really nice. We stayed there for 2 weeks. We kind of took a family road trip because of the COVID-19 thing. We didn't want to fly and end up being quarantined in Michigan because at that time, Texas was considered a hot spot. So we decided to do like a little family road trip. It was a 19-hour drive, but it was well worth it because we did some sightseeing along the way. We sung in the car. I have a family of 6, including me. And so we really made the best of our trip. And it wasn't that bad of a drive. It really wasn't. So through the 5, maybe 6 states that we went through, we did some sightseeing, ate at some restaurants. We just really enjoyed ourselves. When I got there, the family hadn't seen my children in like 5 years because whenever I fly to Michigan, I kind of go solo to take care of some business or, because my grandmother passed away. So they haven't seen my family in 5 years. They haven't seen us all together in a while. So it was really exciting. My kids were able to catch up with their cousins. I was able to catch up with some day one friends, my cousins, and it was just awesome. So they threw me a 40th birthday gathering, and it was really, really awesome. But I learned when I was in Michigan, I really didn't miss out on much. Most of the people that I was cool with, they was pretty much doing the same thing that they was doing when I left. Nothing really changed, either working every day. Kind of remind you of a hamster on a wheel, and it just show you how slow life can be if you don't really make the best out of it, and so, this is not to downplay anybody. This is just to give y'all the real up and up facts. Like, a lot of people was just still doing the same things they was doing when I left. So I didn't feel like I was missing out on much. And this should be some encouragement to anybody that want to up and just leave, and start a life somewhere. You're not missing out on much. And I realized that when I was there. However, while I was there, in the midst of us planning my birthday and just getting some last minute things for my birthday party, it was a guy who was well known in the neighborhood. He ended up getting murdered. He actually got murdered the night after we arrived. So the neighborhood was sad. They was down. I mean, it was just crazy. They was having the balloon release. Oh, my dog. Hold on.
Wow, somebody got murdered when you just got home.
Murdered. And this guy, he was real popular in the neighborhood. He was, I don't know if y'all ever heard of BMF, but he was like a big member of BMF. He was like one of the guys that kind of helped elevated BMF and brought a lot of, young guys in the neighborhood money and showed them how to get money and different things like that. So he was real known and popular in the neighborhood. So that kind of like was a Debbie Downer. Like, I'm trying to get hyped. Like, this is my 40th. And a lot of my cousins and my friends, they was like sad. And I'm like, why? Why now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I was being selfish, but I was like, no, not now. A lot of people were sad, and which was another reason why I was thankful that I don't live in a hood no more, that I don't live in Detroit, Michigan no more.
Ain't nothing wrong with the hood. Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, but violence can happen anywhere. So, it's just that we all got to be careful. We all got to be very, very careful. And I'm so sorry you had to go home, planning on celebrating your birthday. And then you got that news.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to mute up and go to my door. Yeah, it was real sad. Like, it was real sad. And I hated it happened to him, but at the same time, I was like, God was really showing me a lot. And one of the things he was showing me is like, it's okay to leave the hood and grow and prosper and be your own person, be your own woman, try to build with your family. Like, it's okay. You're not really missing out on anything. And also while I was there was like another shooting in Detroit where like 3 kids end up getting killed, like at a Coney Island. So it was so much going on. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I really was able to see, like, what I really took back with me was the fact that where I'm at now, I'm in like a safe haven,
So
and
3 kids got shot?
Yeah, 3 teenagers.
Oh,
Like, they
wow.
was like at a Coney Island and some guy just opened fire. I don't know if it was any words exchanged. I didn't get all the details, but some guy just opened fire and 3 like teenagers got shot. And 2 of the kids went to high school with my cousin, my little cousin, my cousin's daughter. So she was like really messed up about her, her friends and her schoolmates getting killed. So it was really a lot. It was a lot. So we had some up moments and we also had some down moments, but all in all, I was thankful that the Lord allowed me to see 40 and to spend that time with my family. I hadn't seen my family since my grandmother's funeral. So all in all, everything, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to take back a lot of lessons, and I'm just thankful for the place that I'm in right now. Y'all never be afraid to elevate. And that's Malika's tip for the day. Never be afraid to elevate. I promise y'all, like, anything that benefits you and the family. Don't allow nobody to tear you away from that, to, talk you out of that, because it's okay. Like the hood, especially if you from the hood, it would still be the hood when you get back, which is something that we're going to be getting into a little bit later. But I just wanted to really touch on that. So anyway, Lanice, I didn't did enough talking, but thank you all for listening and hearing me out. Do I know any Gibsons from Detroit? No, I don't think so. And Detroit is so big too. It all depends on what side of town they from. They from the west side, the east side. Even if I do know some Gibsons, it depends on what side of town they from. I'm from Southwest Detroit, so I'm from like literally the place where BMF originated from. So Southwest Detroit is real small, and everybody know everybody in this area. So I don't really know a lot of people on the west side, the east side. I just know more people that's from my area. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, so hey Beverly, Lanice. So that was my adventure during my time away. But Lanice, um, from my understanding, you're about to be a grandmother. And so how is that for you? And I know that you had to take some time away too, dealing with your father. If you can kind of bring us up to speed on what was going on in your world.
Yes, yes, Malika. I'm about to be a grandmother any day. This will be my second grandson coming into the world. So, first of all, I just want to say hi to everybody. Hi, Vegas girl, Nicole, Amazing 80, and Mimi. How y'all doing? I have missed y'all tremendously, and especially you, Malika, and Kanisha. Wow, I have really, really missed y'all.
I
And
miss y'all
so
too. Oh my God.
again, yes, I have a grandson coming anytime now. So I'm just waiting for he's here. He's actually, I'm celebrating a birthday on Tuesday myself. So he's actually not supposed to be due until that day, but hopefully he'll be here anytime now. She's already dilating. So I'm expecting that good news soon. And I had to take time away also because my dad, he got sick with the coronavirus, and it's just been a real roller coaster, y'all. I'm telling you, that virus is nothing to play with. In the beginning, when it first happened, I was saying to myself, well, I thank God that, I know people are going through it, but I didn't know nobody personally with it. But now, since he came down with it, I'm telling y'all, it is so much that they don't even tell you. And, right now, he's been doing pretty well, but it has damaged his lungs tremendously. So, they don't want to intubate him because they feel if they do that, then he may not recover. But I'm telling y'all, God is good, because when I say that people is out here praying, they are really, really praying. And it's to the point that, Malika, I was telling you that they were thinking about putting a trachea in the weekend. And girl, let me tell you, they didn't need to do that because he's on the highest flow of oxygen that they have. And again, they were saying that if that wasn't working, they was going to incubate him, but they didn't want to do that because they didn't think that they would be able to wink him off. So the next best thing would have been doing a trachea. But God came in and he showed out, y'all, when I tell you that they were able to take him off the high flow of oxygen for a little while so that, he could breathe on his own. It was a blessing. And although his oxygen level went down some, it didn't go down like it had been before. So right now, we still believe in God that he's going to make a miraculous recovery and he'll be home soon. And I know other people that has, testified to having the coronavirus. And again, this virus is nothing to play with. It has taken people's limbs. they've had to get their arms and legs amputated. People that has recovered from it today, they are like 95% with their lungs, and they're still making strides. So that's everything that I've been going through and still going through. So, y'all just keep me covered.
No, we definitely gonna cover you in prayer. We definitely going to cover you in prayer. Um, Lenise, when I had spoke with you or spoke with Kanisha and she was telling me that she was going through something with your father, I immediately began to pray for you because like you said, a lot of us, we don't know anybody personally that the coronavirus have affected or who's going through the symptoms and stuff. So it kind of hit close to home with me just knowing that you was going through that with your father and I know how close you are with him. So we definitely lift you up in prayer and we'll continue to lift you up in prayer. Okay, all of us, everybody in the chat room, they throwing up praying hands. We definitely is praying for you. So
Thank you,
keep
and
the
I
faith.
really, really appreciate that because it's hard to go through. My mom passed 2 years ago, and just thinking about not having another parent is it was just really, really hard for me to even think about that. But like I said, God is good. He's in the healing business, and I'm just looking for him coming on home. So
That's
Nene,
right. Come on
what's
home and
going
see
on?
that great grandbaby.
Oh yeah.
Come on home and see that great grandbaby he got on the way. So Nene, how's your vacation, your mini break being, honey?
Mine ain't been like y'all's. I mean, y'all done had it going on. I ain't been doing nothing. Um, I just been on the YouTube streets being a bush baby. That's what I've been doing.
Not a bush baby.
So
Let me
my
tell y'all something that y'all might not know. I'm gonna give y'all a little background secret, okay? Something that y'all might not know. Kanisha is a big bush baby, okay? And Kanisha is our four eyes or what, six eyes, and she keep us in the knowing in case we need to know. But a lot of times when she talk about what's going on in these YouTube streets, I have no idea who some of these people are. I'll be like, who? So one day, Kanisha was like, she was all in, like, girl, it's going down these YouTube streets. So she sent me some links to some videos. And I was like, I got time today, baby. I got time today. So one day I just sat back and I just clicked on these links and I started watching. And all of these YouTubers who I didn't even know existed or even had channels. And it wasn't about Kanika because we all met through the Kanika community. It was about some mess, okay? Some drama. So I just popped me some popcorn, baby, and I laid in bed like all day because I think this was like the day after I got back and I was so tired, from driving to Michigan, me and my husband. So I said, I'm just going to chill for the day. I just got back home, got everything in order, unpacked. So I'm just going to relax in the house all day today. Baby, when I tell you I clicked on them links and I got caught up to the mess, I said, I see why. I see why this baby be in the YouTube bushes. I was like, I told Kanisha, I said, baby, this is better than reality TV. If y'all don't know about these YouTube streets, I promise you, it's better than watching any Love Hip Hop, Atlanta Housewives. It was better than all of that. Okay. I told her, I said, I finally feel like I know what's going on the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the west side and I know what's going on the east side now, because at first I was just like ignorant, oblivious to the stuff that she was saying and the people she was talking about. But baby, I got caught up. And y'all out there in them YouTube streets, let me just say, y'all are dangerous. Like, I thought that I was having some drama on YouTube. My drama don't compare to some of the drama y'all be having on YouTube. These YouTube streets ain't no, it's a jungle out there. Okay,
This
it's a and
is YouTube is off the chain, okay? Like,
I didn't know that.
baby, when I tell y'all these 4 5 weeks have been entertaining. I mean entertaining. And I'm not gonna say their names because most of y'all in the chat know what's been going on, with J for Pay, J for K community. But I'm just saying I ain't never seen somebody talk so much about people eating boogers. I ain't seen people so much talk about people putting their poo poos all on the internet. And I'm
It
like,
was so entertaining.
I was living for it. I'm like, ooh,
I didn't know
did
people
that?
do
What?
that.
You know what? Speaking about poo-poos, how do y'all feel about this WAP video with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion?
That's my song, girl. Mm.
I'm sorry, I just gotta ask. What do y'all really think about it? Do y'all like it?
I haven't seen the video.
Yes, baby. Yes. Yes, hunty. I'm
I have
sorry.
not seen the
God forgive
video,
me.
but I've seen Facebook on my Facebook page. I had a few friends talking about it. And here it is. I'm dropping comments like I didn't seen the video. I'm like, well, hell, I can read in between the lines, even though I hadn't seen the video. So I'm like, well, hell, they've been throwing a coochie out there and whopping for years now. I mean, they've been on some sex sales type of stuff. I mean, as far as the media, social media videos, they be like Little Kim, Trina. I grew up in the days of Little Kim and Trina. I used to bump Little Kim in my car.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. And Little Kim used to show her crotch and wop. So I don't know if they have anything to do with the video because I haven't personally seen it. But
Well,
I'm
you
like,
know
who
what,
can be more?
Malika? You might not have seen it, but baby, if you listen to them lyrics, it is nothing short of the imagination. My only thing is, it's a little bit too explicit for children. So, you know.
Girl, you're gonna be surprised how many children gonna be on TikTok
Not mine.
shaking it. Shaking
And
it,
I
breaking
mean,
it, and
not
taking it.
mine. Not mine. My daughter was watching a Nicki Minaj video and she was probably about 9 years old. Baby, when I seen her watching that video, and it was the video with Nicki Minaj and Meek Mills, an old video. She 12 now, so it was a few years back. And so I cut into her real something awful. I was like, you're not about to be watching that. So like she know better. You know what I'm saying? I have a 19-year-old too. I can't, I can pretty much guide her, but I don't really be real strict. Like, no, you can't. I just really much try to mold her and guide her. But my 12-year-old is not about to be on TikTok doing no whoppity wop or whatever it's called. Like,
Because I'm telling you, those TikToks and these little kids right about now, they getting it in, okay?
And it's funny
I
that these
seen
grown
stuff.
women around here don't even know what WAP mean. Come on now, y'all can quit the worship and praise because that ain't what it mean, okay?
What do it mean?
Wet,
What?
wet ass pussy. That's what it means.
That's what it means.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. You taught me something. I'm looking up the lyrics right now, baby.
See, they got it on the radio talking about wet ass gushy, but that ain't what she's saying. Everybody know Cardi B don't talk like that. Come on now, she don't talk like that.
Is it WHOOP?
WAP.
Oh, WAP. See, I'm all off. I'm glad y'all putting me up on game. I thought WAP was a rapper.
He is Fatty Wap. Fatty Wap with the one eye
Don't be
man.
laughing at me, Lenise. Oh, she said something about whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
Girl, yeah, that
Yes,
sound
there's
bumping.
some
I mean,
hoes in
I
this
don't,
house.
man.
I'm looking at the lyrics right now. She said, and it start off with that remind me of Luke Skywalker. Ain't he the one that said
And
that's
and that's what the song is based around the whole time. She's rapping, they're singing, there's some hoes in this house. But I'm telling you, when she
Hey,
started rapping,
hey.
it's like, whoa, wait
like
a
that?
minute here.
Did he like that? Did he talk about hey? Well, I don't know anything about WAP other than Fetty. Um, I'm kind of old school when it comes to listening to music. And when I really drive in my car, I have it completely silent because if I don't really meditate, that's the time I do it when I'm going from destination A to B. Like I literally don't have no music playing in my car. Every so often, like a weekend, maybe it's a Friday or Saturday, and I didn't bust my butt all during the week, I might turn the radio on. But I don't really listen to music in my car. So I'm kind of outdated when it comes to music. But
Yeah, I'm like that too. But my daughter, she's 4. She at the age now where she hear words and she repeat it. So it's like now if I play that song, oh, she gonna be saying PUSSY, and I'm gonna have to, let that go. So it's like sometimes I put my headphones in and I listen to it like that. But in the car, Nah, cause my baby smart and she know everything. So
Yeah, they
yeah.
suck stuff up like a sponge at that age. So I'm
They
definitely not
sure
about to
do.
have my kids.
Cause my little niece is 5, and I'm telling you that you can't get nothing past her. So I told her the other day, I said, if I even hear you say what, I will break it. Okay, I will break that backside. You better
Yeah.
not even say what. You better be asking me for some water. It better not be nothing about that Cardi B song.
Okay, but do y'all think that is? Let me ask y'all this question because I did see a post, and this is coming out. Some I'm kind of throwing in there now, last minute. I did see a post on Facebook where somebody was mentioning that WAP song. Like I said, I just kind of read in between the lines. But do y'all think it's worse now than it was back then, or do you think it was worse back then with your Luke Skywalker's, Little Kim, Trina? Because I remember Trina had a song where she was talking about um y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't
But
know
you know what,
now,
Malika? Actually, I can't really say
or y'all
because
look like
remember,
the same.
Kaya had that "My Neck, My Back" song. So
I hadn't heard nothing kind of more explicit than Trina. You know now, y'all know what I'm talking about. Her part, you know now, can't look like me. Then something. I forgot the
Oh
words,
yeah.
F by 5 or 6 best friends. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't think that is really like with Cardi beating them. I don't think that is as bad as it was. I think they've been doing it, is my point. I think they've been putting it out there like that. So it's
Nah, it's worse. It's worse in
yeah,
this age.
they've been putting it out there, but it's kind of worse now because remember back in the day they couldn't do but so much in those videos, but now they putting it all out there.
Like it's a song by the baby. I don't know if anybody up on the baby, but Megan Thee Stallion in it and Ashanti, and it's called Nasty. I'm telling you, you have to listen to that song at your own discretion because, baby, when he started rapping off the top, it's it's bad. It's
it's
bad.
nasty.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta listen to it. You probably won't get past the first verse.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad y'all put me up on game so I can be on the lookout for any WAP in any of my children's phones, laptops, or games or anything. Look out for any TikTok videos, anything. So thanks for putting me up on game, y'all. But as far as somebody mentioned the J4K, I want to kind of take it back there a little bit and kind of give y'all an update. Y'all know when I first came
Wait,
back.
wait, 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 wait. Let me finish real quick. Okay.
Oh,
So, okay. Well, I have a new boo. Yes, honey. Y'all know what I've been through. So I ain't even gotta explain the situation. But yeah, this one
he
is
must
real
be
this time.
something special if you had to give him a shout out.
Yeah, honey. We've been talking for like a month or two. Yeah. But I'll talk to y'all behind the scenes about that. So, yeah.
That girl
Well,
had to give a
congrats,
shout out.
baby.
Yeah, hunty. And now
I
he ain't
guess
from the
you have
YouTube
been busy
streets.
during this vacation.
He ain't from the YouTube street, so don't nobody be asking now.
But hold on, why did Nene try to make it seem like she ain't been busy and ain't had nothing going on during this vacation?
Well, that's
Sweetheart,
all I've been doing.
last time I talked to you, you were single and mingling and loving it.
We gotta know.
Okay, we just finding out she booed up over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. He from the south suburbs of Chicago. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cynthia, how
I
you
don't know if you should have put that out there. You know, it's gonna be some
doing?
people gonna be googling that and looking that up.
They don't know his name. I ain't doing that. All that whole side of the community over there. They vicious. They savages. I ain't doing that. I ain't putting no information out. No.
Let me suggest to y'all if y'all do have
Oh.
people even off YouTube. I've been wanting to bring my husband on one of my YouTube channels and do some live streaming with him because we've been married for 16 years, together for 20. And so I kind of felt like maybe we could kind of bring some things that we've been through, some things that we overcame, should I say, and live stream about it and kind of help people go through relationship problems and things like that. And bring our testimony to YouTube. But baby, YouTube is so vicious. I'm like, I don't know if I want to bring my husband to YouTube. I'm thinking like he might be all right, right where he
Man.
at. I don't know. But that's still something that's out in the air and we've been discussing. But anyway, as far as J4K, y'all know when I came back on the scenes, I linked up with John Q. And he'd been talking to other content creators about the Justice for Kanika. Y'all don't know about J4K is Justice for Kanika, which was the 19-year-old they found inside the Crown Plaza Hotel inside the cooler. And they claimed that it was accidental death, that she walked herself into the freezer. Just kind of give you guys who don't know about it overall. So during that time when I was away, he was messaging me, telling me, when you get back, we got some catching up to do. So as soon as I got back, I, contacted him. And so it was on like, okay, Malika, we got the green light. Let's go ahead. Let's get this mission accomplished. Okay. So for those that don't know, we ended up, not we, but another content creator, App Easy, set up a GoFundMe account to have the surveillance footage of her actually allegedly walking throughout the Crown Plaza on her way to the freezer. He had that surveillance footage. Well, he set up a GoFundMe to have that surveillance footage analyzed. So they said, Malika, go ahead and, promote it, let everybody know that it's out there. So I said, okay, cool, because I always let them know whether or not I'm doing Kanika Jenkins videos, I'm definitely going to support anything that y'all do. Because I know the real ones out there. Let me be messy for a minute. Okay. And see who can pick up on this. I know the real from the fake out there. And a lot of the reasons why I don't want to be caught up and involved in the J4K community, because there's some people that's out there, and to me, they so messy, as if I'm starting to think they are a plant. They are literally planted there to cause chaos, to cause confusion. And if you're planted in a community of justice seekers to cause division, chaos, confusion, why? You're not real to me. I don't care how much you put out there that you real. You have an ulterior motive. You are not real, period. So I have to step back from that community. And I said, I'm always be Justice for Kanika. But as far as being in the midst of the social media community, I can't do it, because I am going to say, I know I'm as real as they come. And I'm not with all the shenanigans, all the fake stuff, because I will be trying to get to you, to get to your house. And we can just have a one-on-one discussion, or we could box it out like Holyfield and Tyson. Like, I don't care. I'm on whatever you want. So I said, you know what? I need to really step away, because this is not benefiting me in no way. It's not helping me become the woman that I'm trying to become, the woman that God created me to be. So I know the real from the fake. Okay, I observe everything I do. I observe. Okay, I don't just go into something without really researching, observing stuff. Whether I'm on point, whether I'm off a little bit, I pay attention. So, it was so much. It's so many fake frauds in the Justice for Kanika community. It was only a selective few that I deal with, and I say, you know what? I got your back. You need me? Holler if you hear me. Okay, I got your back. Other than that, I'd rather stay in my own lane. And I'm not about clout chasing or getting paid off of a deceased person. So I'm not going to just be throwing videos out just to hear myself speak. I'm not going to do that. So I just take a back seat, work on other projects that I have going on, and I support when support is needed, if y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, so I just want to let y'all know we did the GoFundMe account. We raised the funds, and the funds was collected between like 3 to 5 days. And I say between 3 to 5 days is because some, even though the page was created, it didn't really get out there and get pushed into certain YouTubers, put it out there on their platforms and pushed it. Okay, let's just say that. So anyway, I was one of the ones that supported it, that helped pushed it, and also donated, and we donated from Queen's Roundtable. And so we ended up closing or meeting our goal within a few days, which was awesome. So right now we in the process of just waiting to receive the response from the person who actually did, analyze the footage, the testing. So now we're in the process of just waiting on that. From my understanding, he said the 20th or around the 20th, everything will be back. I'm not rushing the process. Am I excited about it? Of course I'm excited about it. It's been a long time coming. If anybody know anything about this,
Yes.
it's been 3 years. It's been a long time coming. It'll be 3 years next month. So of course I'm excited about it. Who wouldn't be excited about it? Anybody in their right mind would be excited about it. So um, you know, but I
Absolutely, Malika, and hats off to you. Like you did a great job, telling everybody what was going on and just
Yeah.
helping promote it, period. Like you did a wonderful job. Like I'm so proud of you.
Very proud, sis.
thank y'all, thank y'all. Well, y'all know I'm a diehard J4K. Die Hard. And I'm one of the YouTubers, and there's other YouTubers out there too that have kind of went down the same route that I went down. And I think that they just kind of coming behind me doing it. But I've looked at every possible theory out there. You know, a lot of people say, oh, she switched. She might say one thing happened. She might say something else. Well, you have to be able to look at every possible theory, everything that make you say, I did a video on. Everything that made me question, hey, is this right? Is this wrong? Is this two? Is this one? What's going on here? I pretty much looked into and did a video on. So I'm a diehard J4K. So of course I was gonna jump into it and support, especially John Q. That's my boy. So of course I was gonna jump into it and help and assist in any way. But thank you all for donating. Thank you all for anybody that was a part of that project right there. So we just wait on the results. But I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that right there and where we at in the making. So right now we just pretty much waiting on the testing results and to kind of see what come out of this. Whether or not we get a conclusive answer or what we've been looking for, or whether we get a inclusive answer and we don't really, what I'm saying? Like at least we
But my
still.
thing is, what does everybody think is gonna come out of it? Like y'all, you, Lanisa, Malika, the chat. Like, what do y'all think is gonna come out of it? Because, like I said, this past weekend, I've been watching like old videos of Kanika. I've really been watching Clark Avenue. I was gonna say Clark Atlanta, Lord, Clark Avenue, and some of the stuff I seen in his video kind of made me really switch to some of my opinions about it. But we're gonna just wait until the results come back, before I say anything.
Yeah. Well, what I'm expecting to come out of it is whether or not the video was tampered with in any way, shape, or form. I mean, whether they say things was edited out, blotted out, it was a cut right here. I just really want to know is this the authentic version? Or was it any edits being done to these clips that we showed you? Any edits whatsoever? Because any edits whatsoever to me show that you was covering something up. If there's any edits to it whatsoever, that's proof, if you ask me, that it was something that you was covering up. Where do I go from there, or where do we go from here as a J4K community? I don't know. I'm still yet, I guess that's something that we have to really put our heads together and decide, okay, where do we go from here? Now that we know this wasn't edited, or now that we know that this was edited, where do we go from here? I mean, but I definitely think that, having a professional looking at it and having that piece of paperwork is definitely something that's worth our while and something to stand on, and help us decide what route to take from there. So that's what I'm looking forward to actually seeing. And the reason
I'm
why I feel
looking
so
forward
compelled to
to
donate.
I'm looking forward to all the distractions being done and over with. Because after this, if it comes back for me that, the tapes were edited, is nothing more to say. I mean, they should reopen the case. Now, whether they will do that or not, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would, you know, help Miss Martin in whatever way that she needs to go about getting that done. But, for me, this will stop all the distractions because it's been enough time and we just want justice for her. And, I think, again, like you said earlier, that's where it was when we first heard about the case. And it was just impossible for us to believe a young girl, beautiful as she was, just walked into a freezer and laid down. And I just don't buy that. So hopefully, it will stop the distractions and help reopen the case.
It would also probably give people something to talk about. Because a lot of people ran out of content when
That's
it
what I
came
was
out.
just about to say. Once the
Yeah,
results
and
come back, you're
and
gonna
we
see a
could
lot of
see the
people come
talk
out.
around it right now. We could see that people that decided to walk away from the case and made public announcements. I'm no longer doing a J4K. We could see that they came back and they did 6 or 7 videos on us doing this fundraising thing. They and it was crazy to me because it was like this was all you have to talk about to go against a set of people, a group of people that determined that this was necessary. Only thing you have is to do videos coming against us and talking about us. Like it's a few videos with my name in people's mouth or just hinting off, but that they indirectly, talking to me or about me. And I just simply ignore it because I'm just like, hey, you irrelevant. You very irrelevant. So
Yeah,
I
because
just
let
ignore it.
one
But it might give
YouTuber
people
tell
something to
it.
talk about.
Let one YouTuber tell it. We always at the Crown Plaza. I
Girl,
ain't
you
seen
was
no
there.
Crown
I
Plaza
was
in
there. You
Rosemont.
all was
So
there.
come on now.
Everybody was there. So, but yeah, I don't pay them people no mind whatsoever because I know they just making a joke of her whole case. And I don't. When I say I'm about justice, I'm about justice. I don't play with nobody's life or death. That's one thing I don't do. But speaking of life and death, also something that we missed during our time away was a rapper in Chicago getting killed. I don't know too much about this rapper that got killed. And I'm gonna put up a picture of him as well so you guys can see him in case you guys don't know too much about him either. But it's FBG Duck. He got killed in Chicago. I'm gonna go ahead and put up his photo real quick so you guys can see who this person is that we're gonna ready to kind of discuss and talk about, which leads us to a really good topic discussion. Okay, something that we really want to touch on, and something kind of like what I touched on earlier. Now, like, I'm not here to give my opinion about how he died, why he died, because there's so many different rumors and speculations and stuff going on, just like with any other death or of a famous person or well-known person. It is the same with him surrounding. But one thing that I did want to talk about, and just to kind of give y'all an overview as to what happened or what we see on footage, and I don't have the footage because I didn't want to play any footage that's already out there, something I could possibly get a copyright strike for. Or, so if you guys haven't heard of him or haven't seen any footage, go ahead and search it up on YouTube. There's plenty footages out there that actually show his murder. Okay. And what it looks like to me is he was leaving out of a shopping center in downtown Chicago, I believe it was. And he was gunned down. Him amongst, I want to say 1 or 2 other people was gunned down. So, which was really sad, and rest in peace and big ups to his family. We give you guys our condolences. It's really sad. But, one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you guys about, and I wanted to hear you guys' opinion about it, because I actually watched the video with this rapper and interview that he did with Vlad TV, and it was like an interview that he did 4 years ago, but it just resurfaced. And the video was basically asking him. It was a clip of like a maybe 3-4 hour long video, but this particular video I'm talking about was just a clip of them discussing would he ever leave Chicago. And he basically, just to sum up what he was saying, was like, no, like Chicago is my hometown and I know how to move in my hometown. Like far as I know how to go about and walk about the streets and be smart. I know how to move, make moves in Chicago. So no, I would rather be there than somewhere else where I really don't know how to move and people are plotting against me and, and stuff like that. So, the question I wanted to ask you guys, like, do you guys feel like it's really smart, once you come up or prosper in life or get some money, do you guys think that it's smart to remain in your same neck of the woods, your same neighborhood amongst the familiar? Okay. Or do you think it might be smart or wise that once you actually come up to get the hell out the hood? And I wanted to talk to you guys about that for a minute because that particular video clip, it kind of touched my heart, because like I said to you guys, when I was in Michigan, a lesson that I learned is I was actually thankful I didn't live in the hood. And I'm not wealthy. I don't have fame. I don't have fortune. And I was still just thankful that God had took little old me up out the hood. So a person of wealth or fame or some kind of stature that has a name out there, do you think it's smart to stay in that same neighborhood? What do you guys think? Or do you think that you should go? When you get some money, go. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I think that, it also can depend on what type of life that you are living, and what you are about. Because remember, that happened to rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. That happened to Nipsey as well. Nipsey didn't want to get out of the hood. He wanted to give back. And, instead of putting money somewhere else, he wanted to give back to the people. And, he got assassinated. So I think that it all just depends on the life that you're living. If
So you
you're
think like
very
if you are a
able,
doctor or a lawyer or something like that and a person of wealth, it's okay. But do you think it might be the actual fame and the name that hurt them because of the lifestyle that they live in as a rapper or a basketball player or something like that is what you're saying?
absolutely, because sometimes you want to be able to help your own people. You want to give back, but let's just face it, you got people out there that just, no matter what you're trying to do, they don't want to see you prosper. It has its pros and cons. You're going to have people that's envious and want to hurt you in some type of way. But if the decision was mine and I had fame, I probably would get out the hood, but I would still find ways to give back.
Right, because you can give back to the hood without actually living in the hood and being in the hood and surrounding
Absolutely.
yourself around the same people that you grew up with or that you familiar with. And jealousy is like a ghost. You have people that can be jealous of you in your own small private circle. You can have people who's jealous of you who you never met on the outside looking in. Jealousy is like a ghost, like it's a spirit. Oh, thank you, Lord. It's a spirit. And you really don't know unless you ask, like unless you pray, like God remove the veil from my eyes so I can actually see who has this spirit of jealousy on me, because it's a spirit. It's like a ghost. It don't really show unless the veil is removed from your eyes. And the people that are the most jealous can be in your circle, which is why me, myself, personally, I'm like what you said, Lanice. I would give to the hood and contribute and give back to the hood, but I'm leaving that mug. I'm leaving because I had people jealous of me over the smallest things. I might get just a new car that's 2 years old, and they was jealous about that. I had people jealous of my marriage. I had people jealous over the smallest things. So I can't imagine me really prospering and coming up in life and still be surrounded by haters or hateful crabs in a barrel type of neighborhood people. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't imagine.
I'm telling you, people will come up with all types of ways to destroy you. And it usually be the closest people to you.
Exactly. Am I chewing my gum too loud? I'm sorry, y'all. This gum is so good. But exactly. I think it's really sad. It's really sad this young man had to pass away. And then like 45p, like my girl Cynthia said, he just signed a major record deal, which would, for me, that will really attract a lot of jealous people, especially if you in the same neighborhood that I'm in and you have the same craft that I have. How come you blew up but I didn't? And I'm not saying that is the cause of his death, because like I said, I don't know what caused his death. There's been a lot of rumors out there. I heard that he did a video, kind of a diss video, and that could have been a cause. And it's like I said, there's a lot of theories out there as to why he was killed. But so I'm not really here to pinpoint nobody in no direction. But I just really want to say that if you are in a position to leave the neighborhood and make a better life for yourself, I say, go for it. I say go for it.
Yeah, it's crazy. He actually from 63rd, and I grew up on 63rd too. So he was like a well known local rapper. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people hated him. A lot of people hated him. And from what I understood, he wasn't no punk. So I guess this was, you know, the best way to do it, which is sad because he didn't deserve it. You know, he got kids. He was taking care of his mama. He got kids. But Zach TV did interview him, I think, a couple years ago. So if anybody want to check that video out on YouTube, he interviewed him. So yeah, it's just sad. I hate he had to lose his
You
life
know,
down
back
there.
in my day, if you didn't like, if there was the bully in the neighborhood or somebody that you didn't like in the neighborhood, you would go out there and box. Like you would box it out. Nowadays, because I don't like you, or because I'm afraid of you, or whatever the case may be, or you making too much noise out here, I'm just gonna take your life. That's crazy to me. Like, why not just go out there and box him man to man? You know what I'm saying? Get in the ring
Everybody's
if you have
scared to
to.
shoot the fair one. Don't nobody want to shoot a fair one no more.
Nope, that's like on YouTube. You know, you talk about somebody, they put your mama up, they put your kids up, they put your naked pictures up, and you know, y'all doing all of that to each other for what? It ain't like nobody gonna pull up to your city or your front door and whoop your ass. Nobody gonna do that. So it's like it's
Think about
pointless.
YouTube, Kanisha. They should never have access to all your information like that. Why do you have access to my mama, who my mama is, who my kids is? Why do you have my naked photos? Like, why do you have that stuff anyway? I kind of think a lot of these people in the YouTube streets, they put themselves out there. They
Yeah,
put
cause I would
themselves.
never. Mm-mm.
I would never. Like I, y'all. When I tell y'all my trust level is from 0 to 1, like I have to really spend some time with you to be able to establish some kind of trust factor with you. But far as me putting my pictures out there, my, you know what I'm saying, like my family's information out there, I just can't do it. It took me like a whole year before, and me and Kanisha have been talking since day one. Kanisha is like one of my day ones, and we just clicked immediately. But it took me like a whole year to kind of feel comfortable. And I didn't even want to really say comfortable because I felt comfortable with Kanisha from like day one. But it took a minute for me to share with her my daughter's prom pictures and different things that was going on in my life behind the scenes. You know, I wouldn't just put that all out there. You know, it took some time for me to kind of get comfortable with those that I was actually dealing with behind the scenes. Lanice got my personal phone number. Not too many people have my personal phone number. John Q have my personal phone number. It's just so many people that I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't trust easily. And so I just don't feel like, I feel like if you putting yourself out there like that, pictures of your kids, your spouse, your body, I'm not going to say you deserve what you got coming, but don't be surprised if you get thrown out there to the wolves because your butt should have never been putting naked photos of yourself out there or being too open to trust people. Like, come on now. But anyway, that's just like, yeah, they weak as hell for that. Like they so weak for that. Like I don't understand. That's totally different. But I definitely get where you're going. Like it's just something that would happen. People would throw your whole family under the bus.
Yeah,
You know.
Cynthia,
So,
I heard about the video that was put out too after his death. And you know, it's sad because either way it goes, you know, it's unfortunately you have some people that's probably wanting to retaliate, and it's just enough going on to, you know, keep having somebody dying over nothing. So my heart goes out to his family. That's, you
you know, we
know,
out here talking about Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, like we did on the previous show. When would Black Lives Matter to us?
I'm trying to tell you. Trying to tell you, these people, they don't care. A 9-year-old boy got killed like a week or two ago. His funeral was last weekend. They shot the funeral up.
Mom, that's Granny.
When would Black Lives Matter to us? So, and that's something that we really need to think about too. And the people that we have around us, like pray and ask God to remove the veil from your eyes, because sometimes, you know, the most jealous person, the person that's the most envious of you, could be within your small circle. And so that's my advice to y'all. Like, I don't deal with a lot of people, and that's the reason why I keep my grass cut very short to where it ain't nothing but concrete. You can't even see no grass. Okay.
Yeah, you
Yep.
have to keep your circle small these days. You know, it's not like it was growing up. And you know
Yeah.
what, Cynthia, I can attest to that. Nobody don't have no naked photos of me neither. Period. I wish they would try to say it because they lying. That's for
Better
sure.
keep that poo poo and the titties out of hangouts. I'm just saying.
They be putting their stuff in hangouts too. It could be screenshotted and shared and everything. Like, uh.
Yeah, they
Mm-mm.
doing the most, having only fan accounts, and they just showing out like you. Nobody respects privacy anymore.
Is it just
Nope.
me or some of y'all be afraid to do stuff like that? Like, I'm afraid to even send my husband some pictures. Cause I be thinking like, what if he lose his phone? Now the hell people got pictures of me all in his phone. He know what it looked like in person. Now, I'm not saying I won't video FaceTime him and give him a little glimpse on FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? But he know better not to screenshot no FaceTime. He know better not to ask for no pictures and stuff because, man, that type of stuff, especially because of social media, now that stuff will be with you for the rest of your life. All of a sudden, pictures pop up. You know, and it seemed like soon as you hit that level of success, that's when those photos and stuff come. Have y'all ever noticed that?
And you know what, Malika, you know the sad part about it is you think you deleted something, but it's still out there somewhere.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I,
Child. I done been there where I said, somebody I was dating. Yeah. But it's like now, a dude would be like, if they just meet you in like 2 hours, they be like, oh, so let me see that body. Let me see what you working with. No, nigga, get on. I already know what you're trying to do. You finna beat your meat to my pictures. All right, have a good day. No.
and I was in a Facebook group, and y'all know this because I sent y'all to that Facebook group. I was in a Facebook group where people was calling people out. Sometimes they be having Facebook groups, and they be only asking for your pictures to put it in a group and share
Oh
it with people.
no. Was that that boomer?
Girl, you have to say it on the internet on YouTube.
Well, shit, my bad.
Don't
I got kicked out of
don't
that
don't
group.
don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. But yeah, they had a post where somebody got mad at their baby mama and they put her naked picture out there. And
Well,
the
I got kicked
admin
out
and
of it.
the admin ended up taking it down, but it had already been up there for like a couple of hours before it was taken down. And I mean, like, people was roasting her. I mean, they saw every birthmark, every scar, every scratch. And remember how
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes said on New Jack City, if I was you, I'd look for the pimples in the booty. Remember what he said?
Oh, oh wow! I would be so embarrassed, like literally embarrassed.
They
You
was on
know
there looking
what?
for the pimples in the booty. I was
That group is off the chain, period. You better not put no picture in that group because they will roast you down.
they would
Okay?
roast you
I got
down.
kicked out the group because I wasn't commenting no more.
Baby, good thing you did because I'm telling you, somebody will go to your page, your personal page, screenshot a picture of you and throw it in that group. And they is looking for the pimples on the booty. And I'm to anything, the scars, the birthmarks, anything, the mole. If you got a mole, and I got a mole on my neck, I got another mole. I got moles like everywhere, little small. They small, but they little moles everywhere. And I'm telling you, like, they be all on it. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, and on top of that, when you have a spouse, like, you have to be really careful, or somebody that you dating or seeing, you got to be really careful because you could intentionally or not intentionally, you could try to be safe. You know what I'm saying? But people out there playing vicious, and they playing with your relationships, baby. They is playing
Look,
with your relationships for
look, I
real.
was done. I was done when they posted a picture of that midget up there. I was through. I was like, no, I cannot. Mm-mm.
Yeah. That is some it's some vicious people out there, y'all. It's some vicious people. But speaking on relationships, we gotta keep it moving. We gotta move it along. And like I told y'all, it's kind of some stuff that we wanted to talk about and touch on, maybe some old news and things like that. But speaking on relationships, we need to have a little conversation. Okay, we need to talk. And I want to know in the chat, what do y'all think about this whole new word that Jada has added to the dictionary? Entanglement. And I guess it's another word for adultery, is the way I see it. That's the way I see it. She found a very eloquent way of saying, I had an adulterous affair. And so the way she said it is, yes, we had an entanglement. So during
You
this
know
time
what?
when
Brenda need to stop. She need to stop. She need to stop. She know she dead wrong.
during this time I
She
was
had
in
that boy.
Michigan.
She had that boy about to hurt himself.
Y'all ain't never heard that? Or was y'all on the receiving end about to hurt yourself?
I'll tell you what though, she tried to fix it up real nice and good, but when he came back with that song Entanglements featuring Rick Ross, that told
See,
the real story. Okay.
those be the people that actually put your stuff out there. Like the ones that's actually hurt, hurt because you either broke it off with them or whatever. Those be the ones that put your business out there. I won't be surprised if we'll see a Jada Pinkett sex tape later on down the line. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it just came out or some pictures, some photos or something, because the ones that are really hurt or jealous or whatever the case may be, those be the ones that might expose your butt. So y'all better be careful playing with them young boys.
And
And
I
at the
don't.
same time, you playing with them, knowing you're not going to be in no relationship with them, but at the same time, you sending him your booty shots. Come on now.
And I don't think Will Smith is innocent in it either. I believe him and Jada had a three-way with his ex-wife Sheree, or Sheree, whatever you want to call her. He ain't innocent either.
They probably did, but it's something different, and it's not coming from me, it's coming from society. It's just something different about a man bringing another woman into his relationship. But when a woman try to do it, I mean, do y'all see a double standard, or is it just me? Is it just me, or is it a double standard when a man offered to bring another woman into the bedroom? It's kind of looked out like, because if it was Will Smith versus Jada, if it was actually him and it was said that, they brought another third party in and he was messing around with another girl, but, Jada was okay with it or whatever, and she has an affair with the two, it won't be such a big deal. I don't think it would have blown up as much. But because it was her having an affair with possibly her husband's approval, it was really blown up.
Yeah, you're right. It is a double standard, but then you gotta look at them. For some reason, people deem them like the Huxtables. Everybody look at them like they got the best
I never
marriage.
did. I
I
never
didn't
did.
either. I didn't either. But you know what? It just goes to show that they have fame, but they are human as well. And I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, nobody better not ask me about bringing nobody in my bedroom because it's gonna be a problem. I am too jealous for that. Okay, somebody gonna end up dead on the corner somewhere with their ear hanging off, hand
I
over
was
there.
not
I'm
killing a
telling.
person.
Well, hey, I don't play that. Don't you want to have entanglement?
Lenise said she gonna kill you just for asking.
Yeah, don't you better not don't come with me with that mess because like I said, I'm just too overprotective of minds to be doing all of that. So
Yeah,
How
but I'm
many?
just saying, I might. I mean, shit. If I was drunk or something, I might do it if it was Chris Brown and that dude, that security guard from P Valley. I'm just saying, he fine.
How many of y'all out there agree with Kanisha? How many of y'all out there would actually be open to the suggestion or to the idea of an open marriage or open relationship? Because I know some people that say, hey, if we gonna be together for the rest of our life, I'd rather for us to just be honest, up and up with each other, and just have an open marriage or open relationship. I've heard that said before.
I
Me
wouldn't do
myself,
it though. I wouldn't do it though.
yeah, me myself personally, I couldn't do it because I'm like Lenise, like I'm too jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like I would feel like, is there something wrong with me? Like, am I not fulfilling all your needs? And maybe that's just how women look at it, or some women look at it. For
How
those that
in the
say no,
world you got three people in the same bed and your man is he all doing his thing with the next woman, and he's seeming like he getting it in, he really enjoying her, and then when he get with you it's not the same reaction. Oh no, I would have a problem. I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Yeah, I would
I'm
have to
sorry.
fight. I would have to fight your girlfriend. I have to fight the girl. Yeah, you're not gonna have my man enjoying your
Do y'all
goodness.
remember that episode on the game when Melanie called herself inviting a girl into the bedroom with her and Derwin, and when the girl started doing what she was doing with Derwin, and he was seeming like he was enjoying it, and she was like, "Oh no, he having a little bit too much fun," and she stopped her. Shit, that would be me. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't stop her. I've been and fought her. I'm sorry.
All three of y'all wake up in the morning and be like, "So who cooking breakfast? Which one of y'all gonna cook breakfast?" Nah.
I
I
was always scared because I always felt like once you open up Pandora's box, it's gonna be hard to close. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, being in a relationship with the same person for 20 years and a marriage for 16 years. I mean, come on now. We didn't have topics of discussion. We didn't have questions brought to us. We didn't deal with all these different discussions. It ain't really nothing that we haven't talked about. And we haven't talked about actually doing it, having an entanglement, but we've talked about what other people think about it, and just to open up the door of a conversation. And I've always made it very clear that I never want to open up that door, because I feel like opening up that door is hard. It's going to be hard to close it, because once you give him that green light to cheat or to do him, how you going to take that away from him? Oh, we just going to stop. I
Exactly.
changed my mind. I changed my mind.
Perfect example. Look at Ti and Tiny. Now she opened up that box, and then when he goes off and he keeps cheating, you mad. What did you expect? So it's okay as long as she go and she finds the
Be a
girl.
part of
But
it.
then when he go and find the girl on his own, then she all the pieces, she all on social media posting and stuff. No, you shouldn't have never opened up that box in the first place. And if that's the case,
Exactly.
then why would you even want to be married? To me, it seemed like, you should just be single if that's what you want to do. But doing all that and you married, no.
Because at that point, I would think that you don't have a real marriage or a real relationship. I would think that you have like some kind of business deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have a business deal. We just growing our empire together. We just working together. We just friends with benefits. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't feel like I have a real strong, solid marriage that my children can look up to and mimic. I would feel like we just have some kind of arrangement. So when you talk about entanglement, do you have an entanglement with somebody else because you have an arrangement with the person you with? Now that makes more sense. Maybe what Will and Jada, maybe they did have a real relationship in the beginning, but maybe their relationship broke apart to where they say, okay, instead of us splitting up, going our separate ways, we just gonna have this arrangement. Maybe they relationship had been long gone and died away. So at that point, what they had was an arrangement. So now when you have an arrangement with your spouse, then you can say, okay, I can go out here and tingle and tangle with somebody else, because what I have now is not a real strong, solid foundation. We've been tore that down, because the Bible tells us the wise woman, she built her house. Only a fool would tear it down. So to
Right,
me,
Melissa. So look, so remember, she said on the Red Table Talk that they were going through, and he said that they really felt like they were done with each other. So you're saying it would have been better for her to say they had an arrangement instead of saying an entanglement.
I think no, I think that if it was so, I think that people was looking at it from the fact that she's a married woman. I think if she wasn't a married woman, nobody would care about her messing around with August. Not the way everybody's talking about it. But if she let that be known that, our marriage was over, and what me and Will had is just a business partnership or a business arrangement, because it's a lot of celebrity couples out there that don't have real marriages. They really only together because of their brand.
Right.
And what they have is a business. And if they keep it 1,000 with their fans and with the public, keep it 1,000. And instead of saying, you know, I'm Beyonce and I'm married to Jay-Z and we have a family, this perfect picture of a family, and just keep it real. It's just an example I'm giving, but just keep it real and say, we have a business arrangement. This is my partner for life. And what we do is open. You know what I'm saying? Then people be more acceptable to it. Okay, they're not really in a real marriage. They just having a business arrangement for the purpose of their brand. They just look good together. You see what I'm saying? But when it become fake and you faking it to the public and then you get caught cheating, then that's when it become a big speculation. You know what I'm saying? A big public spectacle. Because we view this and we thought it was real. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I look at it. Like, just keep it 1,000. You know, all them celebrities out there, if y'all just, you know, look good with somebody, just keep it 1,000. Shout out to Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj was like, shit, I ain't about to sit up here and just be with a celebrity like Meek Mills just because we look good together. She went and got her homeboy from the hood that she was crushing on years before.
Yeah, but he nasty. He a sex offender.
Yeah, he might be nasty, but that's still what she wanted. And instead of trying to make herself look good, I'm gonna go for what I want, not to just try to make myself look good. You see what I'm saying? Stop being fake. That's all I'm saying. Just keep it 1,000. Just be real.
Well, she pregnant. She pregnant by now, so she gotta keep him.
Well, yeah, congratulations to Nikki. Shout out to her. And not only that, but you know, yeah, he is a sex offender. He was in prison for that. But who's to say that he didn't get caught up in a situation that they blamed it on him? You know, nobody really knows what happened except for him, the people that was there, in God. So, you
Let me
know,
ask y'all something. As women, can y'all be with somebody who had a sex offender on his record, but who, you know, if it was, let's just say 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and he claimed to be a reformed man, this was something that happened in more of his youth, like would it be an explanation? If it was a good explanation, would it be accepted? And could y'all see yourself dating that man? Good question, huh? And I would
yeah,
like for
that's
y'all
a
to answer
real
that
good
too in the
question.
chat room.
I don't, well, me personally, anybody can change. God can change anybody. So I would have to cross that bridge when I came to it if I ever
You say
came.
I can't really answer that right now. What about you, Kanisha? If he say he's a reformed man, that was something that happened in his youth, or just the possibility of him even have that on his record, and once being a sex offender, if you like, no, I can't do it just because of that, would that be like all bets is off, or would you actually consider his explanation and still date him? Since you in a well, you're not even single no more. You got you a boo now, so I guess I'm still thinking I'm talking to Kanisha,
I
the
wouldn't
single
do it.
rated me.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because if he, I don't know, people like that to me is like drug addicts. You know, they always reverse. So you know, I wouldn't have kids with him. I couldn't see myself being with him because I don't know. He might be start sniffing my panties or something. I don't know. You know, he got to fix that urge to not mess with children underage. So he might sniff my panties or something. I don't know. I would
It's
be like,
okay if he sniff your panties. The problem is
no,
if he
don't
starts
sniff my
sniffing
panties,
some
nigga.
kids' panties.
No, don't sniff nobody panties, nigga.
Because
No.
remember, Petty wasn't but like a year older than the girl. You know, who's to say she won't be in fast and told her parents that he did that to her, but he really didn't. You know, it was consented between both of them. So
I don't think it'd be hard for me because in the back of my mind, I will always have a trust factor. Like Kanisha said, is he when my niece come around, I will be watching him and the way he look at her. When my
not
children is
just my niece,
around,
but my children, period. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't,
period though.
yeah. So that's
But if he was to do, I think I would judge him even more. Like if he stare 1 second too long, I would probably judge him even more so than just somebody who don't have that type of record. You see what I'm saying? Like I will really be on him even more. So I don't know. So I think that would cause a conflict in our relationship is the fact that, like, nigga, at the end of the day, I really don't trust you. Let's just keep it 1,000. I don't trust you around my kids, my friends, my nieces, my nephews. I ain't gonna trust you around my dog. I don't trust you. And you can't really build nothing if you don't have trust.
And I definitely don't trust you around my cat. How about that?
I will hope not. Well, I will hope not, but they doing that too. Yeah.
Talking about, like we talking about damaging and healthy relationships, because some relationships can be healthy, other relationships can be very damaging. And I wanted to talk about Tamar Braxton for a little bit because this was something else that we missed during our little break off. What was going on with Tamar Braxton? She had a suicide attempt. As far as what the media told us. And, when I first read the story, I wondered if it had something to do with her relationship and if the relationship she was in was more damaging than it was healthy for her. And like I told you guys, some people will really front in front of the media, and it's not really what it is behind the scenes. So y'all know she have a new show that's on I forgot, is it on BET or on, or I forgot, I should have got the information.
I
But
think it's on VH1, that beautician show.
VH1.
Yeah, To
VH1.
Catch a Beautician is on VH1, and then she also was supposed to be having the show Get Your Life, which would have been on WeTV.
Right. And so that's the show where she was gonna actually have her boyfriend in that show with her.
Right.
Okay. And that's the show that they were saying that and y'all got to kind of catch me up to speed with this a little bit because I was, celebrating my birthday when this stuff hit the fan. And that was the actual show that she did not want to be aired on television because of whatever that was happening behind the scenes, correct?
Yeah, that's the one where she was saying that they was showing her in a bad light. But behind the scenes, it was talk about her and her boyfriend David. They were arguing about the show. Something they were trying to make them look bad, basically. And they say that she wasn't happy with them because they've been doing this to her for a long time on the Braxton's Family Value.
Okay, but she had already agreed to do the show and knowing that they had already made her look bad. That's why I don't believe that. For some, this is the thing that I want to know. Was they trying to make you look bad, or did you do something, or was it something that they caught on film that would have made you look bad? You get what
It
I'm saying?
started it started out as a fan saying that the show wasn't the Braxton's Family Values. They were saying that they tweeted that the show used to be fun and it wasn't fun anymore. It was just filled with too much drama, and they wish that they could, bring back how the show first started. So then she tweeted that, yeah, the show has became all about drama, and unfortunately, they take what they want and they air what they want. They don't never show everything in real time. So, they may do a take and they only show the part that make her look messed up, and she was tired of that. And then she was saying that she felt like a slave. She wasn't getting paid enough money. She was talking about how the Kardashians get all of this money and, different
This
things
is
of
my
that
point,
nature.
though, Lenise. I hear all of that, but didn't she work out all the logistics? She worked out everything prior to them filming her, right?
Well,
Prior to them
according to
filming her.
her, that she had been trying to work it out, but she wasn't getting anywhere with it. So she was getting fed up.
Is it just me? Because maybe I'm like I said, I don't trust easily. Maybe I just don't like that man she with. And
And
when I
that's
see,
another thing. A lot of people where her family is saying that, okay, so let me go back. The suicide note that supposedly came out, the family is saying, first of all, that's not Tamar. She would never do anything like that because she loved that little boy Logan too much. She would never want to hurt him. Then they were saying the 911 call that surfaced didn't sound right at all. And they were saying that when they were filming Get Your Life, her and David could be heard arguing about the scenes and stuff. So it's a lot to it. You know, they
Because
felt like
that's what
that.
I think, Lanice. Like Tamar is in front of the camera type of person. Okay, like she liked being relevant, should I say, and no diss towards her, but she liked being in front of the camera. She liked being relevant. And what, her signing with WeTV prior to filming, forget all of that. Oh, they made us look bad on the Braxtons. You knew this prior to you signing and giving your permission to be filmed. You knew all of this stuff. So I throw all that stuff out the window. Okay. And then not to mention you have a different producer, which is Mona Scott. Is that her name? Mona Scott? And she wasn't a part of the Braxton family values. Okay. She was a part of VH1 and all of that. She wasn't a part of WeTV. So you have a different producer, different production. You had a sit down with Mona because we saw that first episode be released where she had a sit down with Mona. She cried to her. She said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pour out my all, pour out everything because I want the world to know me. And I get to have my own show finally. Okay. So she sat down, she agreed to this. She knew everything. She knew the logistics of everything. She already know how they do when it comes to the editing because she didn't been down this road before. It wasn't her first time doing reality TV. Okay. And so I kind of feel like, just personally, y'all, from my own opinion, I kind of feel like it was more of him that might have said, you know what? Stop filming me. I don't like it. I don't want it. Like he might have felt the pressure of having the cameras film him at his weakest moments when he's ready to snap. It's just something about that whole situation, y'all, that kind of make me think, it kind of points back to him, to me, because we didn't see Tamar lose it and snap.
Because it does point back to him because he didn't want certain scenes to be showed. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want certain things, to be played. And they was arguing about that. But remember with Mona on that show is different. It's not so much reality TV because remember they were trying to catch a beautician. So that's a little different than, her everyday life and what she's doing, 24/7, what's happening in her home. But you're absolutely right. It either way, it has a lot to do with him.
I've heard people say that that feel the way I feel as far as like he didn't want the show to be aired. He didn't, he wanted to pull back and he kind of convinced her to, do what she did, or he kind of convinced her, let's pull back from it. And I also heard people say it was a public stunt. I've also heard, people say it was for clout chasing reasons. I'm gonna ask you all in the comment, what do y'all think it was really about? Do y'all think it was, because maybe they have in reality, not on in public, but in reality, they have behind the scenes reality, they have a toxic, unhealthy relationship, and they realize during filming that we can't air this because any little glimpse of him snapping or any little glimpse of this toxicity that we have in our relationship, it will be put out there and exposed to the world. Do y'all think that that was the cause of the suicide attempt, quote unquote, or do y'all think it was a public stunt on both their parts, an agreement, that they just decided, hey, we don't want to do it no more, the hell with it, or do y'all think it was for clout to kind of bring attention to her, to kind of make it a desperation type of move, for everybody to, you said clout, Nene?
Yeah.
I think you're right, Nene, because I think she wanted out of her contract, period. So what better way to do it?
She had already
It's
been
hard
into
for,
it with her sisters. So that could be another reason why she wanted to get out the contract with the Braxtons, because they was already into it with each other. But I don't really know too much about her new boyfriend. I think after her suicide attempt, I think it was posted somewhere on the Shade Room or something about them having drinks and how she gave props to him for being there for her during that time and all this shit. He ugly as hell anyway, but that ain't for me to be talking about. But I just think it was so clout because we already know Tamar is extra. She's always been extra. She's always wanting attention. I mean, I hate that it took to a suicide point because I don't want to talk about nobody. They feel like they finna take themselves out. But
But that's what I'm saying. How do you get good clout from something like that? Like she couldn't find no other way to get clout other than saying I'm gonna kill myself. That's why I think it was deeper than that. Like that's why I really think that he was literally probably threatened her. I just think it was much deeper than that. He probably threatened to
and he
sue.
from Africa. Them African men a little bit.
And he's very intelligent too. He's very intelligent. Like he might not be in the celebrity entertainment business, but you're talking about somebody who deal with probably paperwork and law and things like that all the time. So he's very intelligent. So I think it could have been a point to where I will sue the pants off of you. I will sue the pants. I will make your brand look bad. Sue the pants off your brand. Sue the pants off this. Like I think that it really got to that point to where, okay, well, to keep my man, to stop my brand from getting sued or from me getting sued, I'm gonna jump on board with him because Tamar, like you said, is known for being extra. She known for being drama. She never hid her emotions on television. Never. She didn't hide. She never hid her emotions on social media. So whatever
I
they
think
caught, why wouldn't she want to continue filming? Why wouldn't she? That's why I think it was really all him. Because the Tamar that we know and that we used to, she don't mind putting her stuff out there.
no, she don't, and that's why I was getting ready to say that I agree. I think it's something deeper too. I think it's him, and for some reason, in my opinion, I just think he's shady. He's not all what they're making him out to be. I don't trust him. It's something up with him.
I definitely think that that's another toxic, unhealthy relationship and something that's fronted. It's putting on front. And because another thing too, I noticed that people would be all extra in public, like, oh, I really love him. Oh, he's the best. He's the greatest. He's been there for me. Da da da. Like they really sometimes do that so you can believe that it's all good. So you wouldn't think that this person is toxic in your life. Like if you got you a winner, you ain't always got to tell the public how he is a winner in your life. Let me tell you something. The fact that I don't come to you crying to you, stressed out, the fact that I don't ask you for a loan every time my bills is due, that shows you right there, I got a winner, that we holding it down. I don't have to keep saying, oh, I got a winner to prove to the world that he's a winner. You see what I'm saying? Like anytime people do that, in my opinion, I'll be like, girl, you being extra. What is that for? You trying to convince me that you got to win. You don't have to convince me that you a winner. My best friends know I'm there if you need me. But the fact that since you've been dating this man, you haven't came to me crying. You haven't came to me, with these sob stories or, want to talk. You haven't came to me borrowing no money. Every time I talk to you, you just happy, you glowing. To me, that lets me know you got a winner. But every time I talk to you and say, girl, he did X, Y, and Z. And girl, I was so stressed out and I didn't know what to do. But girl, he this, that, and the other. I know people want to brag about their mates. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes when people overdo it, I kind of feel like they trying to convince you of something that's really not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I feel like he was overdoing it when on that 911 call. If she just committed suicide, why are you on the 911 call telling the operator that, oh, and I mean just crying about her getting out of her contract? Like, come on. Who does that?
Right.
Why
Later,
would you make that
Beverly,
moment about that?
don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Thumbs your girl up. That was a joke.
And Nicole, I don't know what type of pills she took, but it's just all shady to me because again, I don't understand why he made that moment about her contract, her getting out of her contract. That was just crazy to me. But
Real
anyway, I
sketchy.
digress.
That was real sketchy to me. Like my husband would be just panicking because I'm, on some suicide type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you would hear the panic in his voice versus him making it about some type of legal contract or something. I don't know. It was so sketchy to me. And I really don't trust him because like I told you guys, everything is not always what it seemed to be. A lot of these couples, they put on this little publicity stunt like everything is all good, like they have a solid foundation when what they really have is an arrangement and an unhealthy relationship, and so we need to be um conscious of what's what. You know what I'm saying? And not just, looking at everybody like, oh, that's my idol. Oh, celebrity goals. Or what do they call them? Relationship goals. Like, how the hell is you going to look at a celebrity and say that's your relationship goals? And you have no idea, just because they take a beautiful photo together, when you have no idea what's going on in their life behind the scenes. Like, y'all need to stop that. Stop that now.
Well, Malika,
it's so irritating.
let me ask you this. Let me ask the chat this. Y'all answer it. Do y'all feel like that's what Kanye West and Kim Kardashian is? A contract, you know?
They weird as hell too.
I think so.
That's crazy how he be out here talking crazy and he just flipped from one thing to the next. And I know y'all saw how he was on that campaign and how he got to crying about almost aborting North and all of that stuff. And then he made all those tweets.
You know what, Lenise, with Kanye, I think that Kanye be under some type of hypnosis. And y'all might say I'm conspiracy theorist. I've been told y'all was from the very beginning. That's what y'all want to call me. But this is really coming from my own personal belief. I believe that man is under some type of hypnosis. And I believe in the beginning, he probably did fall for her. She's a very beautiful woman, attractive woman. I believe he did fall for her. At that time, he was popping. He was at the top of the rap game. I believe she fell for him. Somewhere down the line, and I actually believe is when he first went on tour and he did that concert and he was speaking out against Jay-Z and Beyonce. Remember, you gonna send the hitters after me, man, and all that stuff he was doing. And they had kind of shut him down and shut him up real quick. I think at that point is when she said, I got a real nut on my hand. I think that's when she said he have to be controlled a little bit more, because Hollywood, they love to control you. You have to be under their control. When you're not totally under their control, you are a threat. You are a problem. Okay, because there's so many secrets and secret things that's going on behind the scenes that the world and the public is not supposed to know. Remember, I talked to y'all before about the private life and the public life, and those are two different sectors of life. I mentioned this before, and I might even do a whole channel that's dedicated to exposing some stuff in the private world. A lot of y'all don't even know in the public world. Okay, but it's two different sectors of life. And so the things that you see, you hear, and which is why, if y'all notice, celebrities will do pictures with their hand over their mouth or their hand over their ears or one hand over their eye. See no evil, hear no evil. There's things that and you see and you hear in private, you are not supposed to take it to the public. These are two different sectors. But yet Kanye have always, to me, this seems to be like the kind of person that cannot really be controlled. So they have to keep him heavily medicated. They have to keep him in his trance, in his hypnotic state, to where he can be controlled a little bit more. So I think that when in the beginning of their relationship, yeah, they had love, they was attracted to each other. But I think somewhere down the line, she realized that he was somebody who just wasn't going to play ball. If you get what I'm saying, he wasn't going to, they had to keep him highly medicated in order for him to play ball, And so I think during that time, it became more of an arrangement. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's not going to allow himself to be controlled or under my spell or controlled by his brand so we can continue to build our empire and make billions of dollars, if he's not going to play fair or get in formation, however you want to say it, then at this point I'm just going to do me and y'all just make sure he's, playing that image of that boyfriend or that husband that I need for him to play. Y'all keep him highly medicated, keep him controlled. So I do believe it ended up being an arrangement. And so when he get to speaking out and throwing them what they call it, them tantrums and stuff, like this is what they say he do. I think that's really him coming out of whatever that they put in him. I think he have his breaking out spells. I think he have a really strong spirit. He have a really strong spirit that, to me, is trying to break free from the devil's cuffs and chains. But because he have already committed himself to the devil and to the lifestyle, I think it's kind of hard for him to break out of that. But when his mindset breaks out of it, maybe his spirit, he can't really lead his spirit to do it because he have already, sold his soul, is what I believe. But I believe when his mind breaks free of whatever they try to control him with, I think, and this is my opinion, y'all, okay, I think that that's when you get to see them rants and tantrums that he throw. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Drop me a one if y'all get what I'm saying. But
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. Go ahead, Nene.
He needs to break free because I want the old Kanye back. And I believe if his mom was still alive, it wouldn't be no Kardashian. I'm pretty sure he would have been with some girl, maybe in LA, maybe in Chicago. But I couldn't see if his mom was still alive, him being with Kim Kardashian. I don't know. That family crazy. All of them crazy.
he was with Amber Rose before Kim
Crazy.
Kardashian. You always see him with African American women, and maybe celebrity type of women, but it wasn't, like I said, it was with Amber Rose before, but I've never seen him with a Kim Kardashian, until, like you said, after his mama passed away. But yeah, I do think at this point that it's about a business. What you think, Lanice? Like I said, this is just my own personal opinion, the way I see things spiritually, because I do have that third eye, and I do see
I agree. I think it's an arrangement at this point because they don't seem happy at all. You
another.
know, that is it's just they want to be a power couple, and that's how I see it. But I
He's
think
want them to be a power couple.
I think
She's
he
not.
batshit crazy, and she is too.
Yeah, she got the nigga in Wyoming. Where have you ever heard of black people being in Wyoming? Or I don't know, am I lost? Because I don't know. They all controlled from them on down to their kids. Controlled.
That's another toxic relationship. And like I said, a lot of people, I can't stress this enough. A lot of people will look at these celebrity relationships and they be like, "Oh, relationship goes," because all they really see is the empire. That's all they see. That's all they see. All they see is the empire. They don't really see how they interact with each other behind the scenes. They don't see, nothing else. They just see the empire. Yeah. So in that case, it's not it's a business. If all you should say business goals, empire goals. If you want to mimic that, then you should just say, I'm gonna find me a dude where I can build an empire with. Then that's what it is. But you can't really look at nobody, in a world, or especially a celebrity figure, and be like relationship goals if you really don't know what their relationship is about behind the scenes. Because to me, that's another toxic relationship, like what we've been talking about. It's a ploy to kind of grow their brand and grow their business and make people think that it's all good. But like I said, when he break out of his mind state and out his trance, what do you get? You get the truth. I don't think
Exactly.
me myself personally, I don't think
Yep.
the boy is crazy. I don't think the
Yeah,
boy is
because
crazy. I think the
when
boy is
he go
completely.
into those rants and stuff, he really be speaking the truth. Then
He
is
said they
when
put a doctor on him.
exactly. So I think in the way Kim, she, I think she looked at Jay Z and Beyonce, and she want to mimic herself after them. He has money, she has money. As a brand and building, they're good together, but that's it. So I agree with you, Malika.
Yeah, Kim wanted the complete perfect package.
I think
Anybody
Courtney and
that's like
Rob the only
Kim,
two sane ones out of them.
yeah, if they even saying though. But yeah, Kim want the complete perfect package. Like any woman, every woman want that husband, that dream husband that everybody admire and like. And the guys want to look like him, dress like him. The girls, fall over. They want to meet him. Every woman want that perfect spouse, that perfect income, them perfect children. Everybody want this picture perfect life. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's just a picture, but the frame remains the same. If you ask me, a lot of them is actually just toxic relationships, just putting on this image and this show for their brand and for the public. But I can see right through it if you ask me personally. I mean, if I look at relationship goals, I rather look at somebody who they don't have to have the fame, they don't have to have the wealth. They are prosperous, they are comfortable, they are blessed, and they have been married for 50, 60 years. And you see what I'm saying? Like, I would rather look up to that and say, wow, that's relationship goals. And I've actually, you know, can see in the inside or have had just a speckle of what they marriage is like and how much he loved her just by looking at her, or vice versa. You don't really get that from celebrities, if you ask me. But definitely all fake smiles. It's just fake if you ask me.
They'll be
So
divorced soon.
I think that everybody should just, like I said, a lot of their brands won't allow them to separate, because they do have this business arrangements. But we have to ask ourselves: are we looking for an arrangement with somebody, or are you looking for a real spouse? And ladies, we have to be real with ourselves. Like, if you just want somebody you could build an empire with while you out there dating, say to that guy, like, look, I'm not really looking for a marriage. I'm not really looking for that type of relationship. I just want somebody that I can be a good partnership with and build the empire with. And maybe your results to be a little bit different. Just know what you want and make it be known what you want and what you expect. Boom. And there you have it. Okay, so speaking about toxic relationships and healthy relationships, that was like a good subject. And we definitely got to touch on that a little bit more, because it's deep and it's something that we can sharpen each other with, ladies, and help realize, what are you in? Are you in a healthy relationship, or are you in a toxic relationship? Because my opinion is, if you're in a toxic relationship, then you might as well remain single until God bless you with that person that can help you become a better you. Okay. All right, so you guys, we getting close to the end of the show. We just want to, before we leave, talk about, you guys know what time that we're in right now. We're in a time where the kids are getting ready to go back to school. It's back to school time is near, and actually here in Texas, in like 10 days, the kids will be heading back to school. So I got a email from my kids' school saying, what are you going to do as far as, sending your kids to school? Well, they're going to start like the first couple of weeks off, or the first few weeks off online. But after that, you can continue to have them doing work online, or you could send them to school. And they have made all of these declarations that we're going to have this, that, and the other set in place. So you should feel comfortable for your child to get in class learning. And so it's basically up to you as to, what you're going to do. Are you going to continue to online? Or you continue in class learning? So I went on ahead and I just, replied to the email by letting them know we're going to do the at-home learning. So even after the few weeks is over with of the online learning, we're going to continue the online learning. And the reason why is because I just think it's really strange. And I wish I had this video. Maybe I might bring it to y'all next time we come on. But I feel like it's really weird to have kids going to school social distancing. Like, is it just me? Like, that's really weird. Like, I mean, I'm just thinking about the most gratifying part of going to school is freaking recess. Let's just be for real. Is being able to connect with your peers And to me, to have the children social distancing where they cannot really interact with each other, or they got to be really careful and real cautious as to, maintaining the 6 feet social distance. I just think that's really weird. So my husband kind of disagreed. He wants the kids to go back to school. So we had a family meeting. I'm gonna ask you guys what you guys think. We had a family meeting and we got to talking to our kids. Me and my husband agreed to hear them out and let them, speak their piece. So my kids, my kids' response, they just had one response. It wasn't about friends. Nothing. My kids said, "We're not wearing no mask on our face for 8 hours." Y'all, my kids just say nothing about, oh, I'm gonna have to social distance from my friends, so I'm gonna have to do that. My kids was like, period, point blank, we not wearing no mask 8 hours a day. And so that was
That
the
was my
whole
that
thing.
was my kids too. My kids don't even want to have the mask on while we like 10, 15 minutes in the store. So how in the world do you expect for them to have that mask on 8 hours a day? Mm-mm.
My kids was like, no way, we're gonna do it. My husband kept saying, well, I kind of feel like y'all need to be in an in-school environment and still be able to be around your peers and just still have that in-school feeling, because this is a big change, in our country. And it's a big decision for parents all over the world to have to make. Like, do we want to start homeschooling our kids? Do we have the confidence and tools we need to actually do it and make sure that they be successful? Or do we want to go ahead and, just send them to school and just pray to God that they safe and they'll be okay. But me, I'm such a nurturing type of mother and I hold my kids so tight. Like, I hate for my kids to go to school the days they, before the coronavirus. Like, I hated for them to go to school. Only reason why I wanted them to go to school is because I needed that time of peace of being away from them. But when they come home from school, oh my God, I was like, hey, I miss y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just crazy. So I just said, well, you know what? I'm really going to give this homeschooling thing a shot and I'm going to give it my all. And I know we have the online curriculums and everything. And I said I was going to put up a chalkboard. I have an extra spare room in the back and I was going to kind of turn it into like a classroom setting. And even once they're offline, to kind of continue their learning. Because so much have changed, to where I was always kind of going against the school system anyway. Like, you trying to teach my child sex ed, we opting out of that. You trying to teach my child about the Big Bang Theory, I was opting out of that. You trying to teach my child, just certain things I was never really 100% on board with them. Like, they stopped teaching kids how to write in cursive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started teaching my daughter outside of school how to write in cursive because they literally stopped that like a couple of years ago, maybe even before then. But I know a couple years ago they had stopped it. So, I'm just like, I want to know what y'all think. Like, do y'all think that, or what would you rather? Would you rather school your child at home? Do you feel like you can do it? Or would you rather go ahead and send them to school and just pray that they maintain safety while they there and that everything will be everything?
Well, mines are too young. Mines are 4 and 1. So I don't have to deal with the whole sending them to school thing, for another
Well,
maybe one
as
or
for
2 years.
me, I had already made the decision before they even got out of school that they weren't going to go back to school because I'm looking at we're coming into the fall and that is cold and flu season by itself. And not only that, but my kids have asthma. So I just had already decided that they weren't going to go back and that it was hard just, trying to get them to cooperate that little bit of time. So me not sending them back, I was gonna have to get a tutor because my patience was just going out the window. Like it's hard to teach kids at home, they're lack of span, their attention span is just ridiculous, okay? And if you have kids like mine that like to be on the game and stuff like that, it was just ridiculous. So here where I am, they have decided that they're going to do virtual learning for the first semester, and then they're going to try to see, how it goes after that. But as far as me making that decision, I would rather for them to be home right now. But then again, you got to think about it. This virus is not going anywhere. It's not going to get any better. So even after the first
Time
semester,
soon,
hey, like,
definitely.
what do you do?
That we know
So
of. That
I'm
we know.
really just winging it. I'm just playing it by ear, but I just don't want them to be back in school where, let's face it, you're gonna have kids in there. They're not gonna keep those masks on all day. They're gonna be taking them off. You're gonna have kids losing them. You're gonna have children going to school saying, "Hey, I'll trade you your Spider-Man mask for your Batman mask," and just all types of stuff. That's germs too. So I mean, like, what do you do?
I mean, they was talking
That's
about
true.
up here. They doing in Chicago. They doing the whole, virtual thing too for the first semester. But I think that I guess they said when the time came for them to go back to school, they would supply for kids who didn't have masks. They would supply like the masks for them and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think they gonna come out with a vaccine, and it's gonna be like before election or after the election. I'm thinking sometime around then and now, because they got like an antibody shot or something that's out right now that they giving people that has had corona or has corona. And whatever this medicine that they got, they've already tested it on people, and people have actually gotten better within 2 to 3 days. So I'm thinking they're gonna rush that. They're gonna rush this vaccine, and they're gonna put these kids back in school. And for your kids to go to school, they're gonna have to get a vaccine. You're gonna have to show like a proof of paperwork that your child has been vaccinated. That's gonna be for anybody to go in the store, to go anywhere, because they don't mandatory. We gotta wear masks up here, mandatory. If we don't have a mask on, they gonna find us. So
That's how it is here too. I thought it was like that everywhere, but when we went to our did our road trip to Michigan, a couple places that we stopped, they didn't have that in place. Like when we was in, I know one was Arkansas. When we was in Arkansas, headed to Michigan, they didn't have, like, we was at a couple stores, and we was at one little diner, and they didn't have masks on. Me and my family came in there, strapped. Okay, we was all strapped, all six of us. We looking around like, how come we the only ones wearing masks? I was really shocked by that. I was like, wow, how do you close down some of the beaches, some of the parks and things like that? Well, not really close it down, but kind of monitor. Well, there's a beach over here that we wanted to go to, and it was completely closed down. They said it was shut down due to COVID-19. How do you shut down a beach and little water parks and stuff like that, but you open the schools back up? All right, make no sense to me. But I definitely agree as far as the vaccination. So you think they just prolonging everything and saying we just gonna do a semester online until we actually get all this stuff in place, and then if you decide to do in school learning, then that's when they're gonna break out with the vaccination. So right there, that would just be confirmation to me as to why they're gonna be getting taught from home. Really. So, and I have a student that's in college, and all her classes is gonna be online. Which saved us some money because she don't have to stay on campus. She can now stay home and do her work and stuff. So we save a little money there, right there. But I'm just like, it's just crazy. So yeah, that's a decision that you guys are, if you guys are parents out there, that's a decision that you're gonna have to make. Are you going to allow your kids to go back to school or do in school learning when the time come, or are you going to keep maintaining that in-home learning? And with me, myself, I think we're going to do the virtual learning.
it's gonna be
And
a lot of frustrated mamas out there in school.
it is. I mean, patience running thin. And what,
Like,
the
God
point
damn it, I'm
Lanice
sending
said
y'all
is,
back to school. I'm sending you back to school. God damn it, y'all get no
oh
break.
my God. I hope it don't be a lot of child protective services cases going up, because I can see parents losing it. And we're gonna come on to y'all on Wednesday, just like we've been doing some helpful tips that'll help us all out. Because my patience is kind of thin too. But the good thing about it is my children are like stair steps. And if I don't understand something, I have my college student to help out my seventh grader. My seventh grader help out my third grader. You see what I'm saying? I mean, my college student help out my 10th grader. My 10th grader help out my seventh grader. My seventh grader help out my third grader. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I'm kind of blessed in that field because we all can help each other out. And I'm the one that really, when it comes to my college student, when it comes to writing essays and stuff like that and doing the research and stuff, I help her out. You see what I'm saying? But my kids is kind of stair steps where they can all help each other out. So I learned that when we had to do it for the short time that we had to do it, I'm like, we gonna make it work. Y'all gonna partner up and help each other out when it needs to be helped, because if mama don't understand it, go to your sister, go to your brother. See what I'm saying? So we got it like that. But we definitely gonna keep all of y'all lifted in prayer because it's definitely a hard task. And the point that Lanice was saying about far as having all these gadgets and things like that here at the house that they're going to want to do, we got to make sure that we reward them with those gadgets. No, you cannot play the Xbox. You cannot get on PlayStation till that work is done. Once you complete, because a lot of times for some, it might be easier for them to learn at home because for one, they know mama don't play that. Okay, mama and dad do not play that. I can't fool around at home like I can fool around in school. And for two, the fact that they might be rewarded with extra playtime, or as soon as you done, if you're done with all your work, you can go ahead and start playing. You don't have to, work online for 8 hours. If you complete all your assignments in 3, 4, 5 hours, you can go ahead and play the PlayStation. See what I'm saying? We can give it to them as a reward. So, with some, it might work. With others, it might not. Some people might fool around at home or slack at home, but we don't know. But I definitely suggest that everybody kind of test it out a little bit more before deciding to send your kids back to school. Because one thing I wanted to say too before we go, when I actually seen a video that they showed us, it's going to be very structured. Okay, like they're going to have, if you one of the parents that send your kids on a bus, your kids have to be lined up 6 feet apart. Okay, they have to sit not next to each other, but across from each other. The seatings will be different, where they would have to be spaced out. Once they get to the school, they would have to maintain that 6 feet as they walk in, getting out the bus and walking inside the building. The first stop when they get inside the school, it would be like a nurse's station or a nurse's table set up where they would have to have their temperatures checked. Now, this is what I've seen in the school that's already open. So I don't know if it's going to be like that everywhere. Check your local school district and see. But it would be a nurse's station right there by the door. They have to have a temperature checked, and they will give them hand sanitizer. So once they have their temperature checked and their hand sanitized, they will go ahead on to their class. Okay, the desks will be spaced apart, of course. Now, while seated in the class, they may allow them to remove their mask. Okay, because they're actually 6 feet apart, they might allow them to remove it. Then again, because the teacher, is up and working with the students, they might have them keep it on for 8 hours a day. I don't know. But this particular video, the way we saw it was the desks are spaced out and they had their mask on. Okay. As far as recess, I think no. As far as lunchtime, they have the kids sitting at the lunch table, of course, spaced out. It was really weird because it was like a very structured type of learning environment that I was just like, the kids is not used to that. But yeah, check it out. And like I said, check with your school district and, before deciding to, actually let your kids go to the school and just kind of see how, okay, so you're saying that you're going to remain cautious. How are you going to do so? And see if they'll kind of give you guys a blueprint. But the video that I seen was like really weird to me. And I showed my kids and they was like, I'm not for it, mama. I'd rather stay home. They's like, mama, we gonna do right by you. We not gonna stress you out. Because I said, y'all gotta promise not to stress me out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think them being out of school this long, a lot of people, kids probably got lazy. They gotta go back. They gotta wake up in the morning, do these assignments. They're gonna be giving their mamas and daddies and whoever hell. I don't know. I'm praying for y'all. I
A
gotta
good
give
thing,
right
another
now.
good thing to do too, a helpful tip before I go. A good thing too is to make your kids exercise at night. My kids have to exercise at night. Me and my husband and my kids, like my whole family, we walk around the track at night after dinner. My husband literally give us about 10 minutes after dinner. Okay. Soon as we get done eating, I'm telling you, I might go to the bathroom. I come out the bathroom, they waiting by the door. I can't stand it. But anyway, this is just something that he started just recently. And so after dinner, we take a walk around the track. And so when we get back home from our walk, my kids have to do if y'all know what Just Dance is, like a little PlayStation game, they have to do these routines, these dance routines. And it's like it helps them exercise. He does it in a way to where he make them exercise, but they do it in a fun way to where they do dance routines and stuff like that. He make them do 10 videos. Now, maybe my husband is like a drill sergeant, and maybe a little bit too much, but he make
God
them do
damn.
10. Yeah, he make them do 10 Just Dance videos. Yeah, sometimes they can get away with it depending on if we had a busy day or not. But if they day pretty much been chilling at home all day, then hell, you're not really moving and getting exercise until towards the end of the night. But one thing I can tell you, after all of that moving around and exercising and things like that, they are wore the hell out. Okay, wear them babies out. So they take their bus to sleep. In the morning, they refresh, refined, renewed, and they ready to work. That's just my helpful tip for y'all. Make them babies do some exercises at night and wear themselves out. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna get ready to get up off of here. We went over our time a little bit because we started off a little bit
Yes,
late.
you guys. I'm sorry I had to drop off because we're having a bad storm here, and I'm keep getting calls that it's time to go to the hospital for my grandson. So
Yay!
All
Congratulations!
hopefully by the
right.
next
Yay.
time
Send
the
us
show,
send me some pictures, Bernice, when the
Yes,
baby come.
please
I
send
will.
pictures.
So love you guys.
Love you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Make sure y'all hit that
Yeah.
thumbs up, hit that like button, and share the video. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Share the video. We love you guys. We are out.
Peace
I'm
out,
so happy
y'all.
for me.